Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chris Gonzalez from West Palm Beach, Florida. Today we're going to be taking you through the dynamic warm-up. This is something that I do for every single workout. It's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's basically an alternative way to warm it up versus the basic static stretching. You know, everyone knows the basic static stretching where you just reach for your leg or you just pull your arm across. So I'm going to show you a new different type of warm-up. This is something that I recommend doing before any kind of warm workout, and this is really upper body and lower body. So even though you're only training upper body today or lower body, you know, you might be sore from upper body, lower body, and vice versa. So warming up the body also helps speed up the recovery process. So from muscle soreness, muscle fatigue, this is good to do. So every single one of these are going to be doing about 10 to 20 reps, and everything's going to be lightweight. And the first one we're doing is prison squats. So with these squats, you're going to have your hands behind your head, and basically we're going to be stretching your lats, and we're going to be try to come into a full squat with keeping the feet planted. All right. So next what we're going to be doing is overhead squat. So if you ever sign up with a personal trainer, this is probably one of the assessments that he's going to do with you. This is basically the gold standard for NASM, to basically evaluating underactive, overactive muscles. It's a good test of mobility, strength. So usually you want to grab a PVC pipe or something very, very light. For me, I only have access to a 40-pound barbell, so that's what I'm going to use. So a few key things here: you're going to try to keep your arms locked out, arms overhead. You're going to try to keep the bar just behind your head, and you come to a squat as low as you can, and then right back up. You're going to repeat that for about 10 times, okay? All right, next exercise we're doing is our good mornings. This is going to be helping stretch the lower back, engage the core, stretching the lower hamstrings. All right, next 3 exercises we're gonna be doing is lunges. This is gonna be helping stretch your quadriceps, hip flexors. Try to keep your straight back. Don't let your knees pass your toes too much, and keep that forward foot, the heel, planted on the ground. And that's gonna be followed by butt kicks and Frankenstein, so in that exact same order. All right, with the third exercise, with the Frankensteins, you want to try to keep your legs straight if you can. If you can't do that, then don't kick as high. So just go like halfway. And it's gonna be opposite hand, opposite foot with that one. All right, next one we're gonna be doing is a rotator cuff complex. It's gonna be the first ones we're gonna do. External rotation. We're gonna keep our elbows nice and tucked. What we're gonna be doing is gonna be warming up this part of a rotator cuff right here. So you're gonna feel this kind of pinch feeling. After we do that, we're gonna do lat raises. This is gonna be warming up those medial deltoids. And then we're gonna do the basic shoulder press. And then we're gonna do this most awkward one, which is upright rotation. See right here, and you're literally just flaring your elbows up, keeping your elbows level with your shoulders. Okay. Usually you do this, you can do this with resistant bands, you can do this with cables. If you do it with cables, go lightweight, and or you can do it with dumbbells. So I'm gonna do it with dumbbells because that is what's most accessible for me right now. So the next two we're going to be doing is plank to push up. I like to do this to warm up the upper body, activate the core. Then we're going to follow that by inchworms. I'm only going to do a few of those. These inchworms, you're going to try to keep your legs straight. You're going to walk your feet back to your hands. That way that's going to be stretching out the hamstring as well. As you can see, a lot of these exercises is warming up the hamstrings, activating the core, or warming up the rotator cuffs, because those are really the three areas that really most prone to injury for the majority of people. For myself, I have anterior pelvic tilt, so I have to make sure my hips are nice and warmed up, nice and stretched. And also my hamstrings are also warmed up as well. So depending on the person, if you have a certain tight muscle group, it's very good to do this, and also a static, that specific tight muscle. So for me, I just did Frankensteins, I just did plank push-ups, I just did inchworms, so that's dynamic stretch for the hamstrings. So now I'm going to basically do a static stretch for my hamstrings because that specific muscle group is very, very tight. So the very last thing I like to end my dynamic warm-up with is either sprints, just a few sprints, and I'll do like 10 seconds off, and I'll do enough until I feel like I'm really warmed up. Or jump rope. You can do singles, whichever one you can do. And with the jump step, I'm going to probably be doing 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. The reason why we do intervals, so that way we have that work-rest ratio. Okay, you don't want to just blow out like 4 minutes of jump rope. I would not recommend that for anyone because it's going to be very taxing your body. It's going to be damaging those knees if you're not doing it properly. And there's just really no reason to be doing 4 minutes of jump rope in a row. So it's really better to break it down into intervals. So you're training higher intensity in a shorter time frame. So I'm going to do the jump ropes just so you guys can see. Alright guys, my name is Chris Gonzalez from West Palm Beach, Florida. Thank you for joining me in today's dynamic warm-up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below.